What do you remember of VE Day? You've got that photograph of you outside your house. Any particular memories of that?
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Not so much. Well, I remember that we were scrabbling around trying to find any bunting and shields and
So
things.
how did you hear the news, first of all?
Well, it was anticipated. Really, it was a little while in coming, and it was all the radio, of course, nothing much else. Although at that time, I'm not sure whether they got back to having daily local papers. There were a number of local papers, but yes, it was mainly listen to the news. But they had a big fireworks come bonfire at the bottom of Broadway, and of course we went off along to that, and they were throwing these fireworks about, which actually were their thunder flashes, and they were throwing these round, and they threw one and wasn't doing anything, and I picked it up, and the chap that had thrown it shouted, "Drop it!" So I dropped it, and it went off just sort of out of my hand. It singed I had a corduroy type jacket on, it singed the arm, blew the button off it, deafened and temporarily, and blinded me temporarily, and it blew a chunk out of the heel of my hand, which I still bear the scar. That was just hanging loose, which I didn't realise, because the whole of the arm, everything was numbed, and I was walking back to where the others were. The hand's bleeding, and there was blood dripping off my fingers. So yeah.
So that happened. This was on the beach.
Yeah.
So they were having like an impromptu celebration.
Yes.
And you were just able to walk into.
Oh yeah. Well, it was everybody. It was open to everybody. It was open to the town, and the whole thing. And by then, all the security and everything was scaled down towards the end of the war. It had become very much more relaxed. Everything of that sort, it was, it really was getting quite relaxed then, and they'd been anticipating it, as I say, and they were ready to have a bonfire and a celebration and whatever. And then, of course, soon after the war, we had the royal visit too.
Did the royal visit? That took place before the end of the war.
It was just about on the end of the
August
war.
45-ish, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you actually see any part of that?
Oh yeah,
You were involved in that?
I was there in fancy dress and whatever,
right.
Along with loads of others. All the Douglas schools were out and in the Villa Marina.
Yes. So you actually saw the King and Queen?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Right. Yes, that was all part and parcel of it.
And how well were they received?
Oh, very.
Yeah,
it was
a lot of fun.
Yes, a big turnout all over. Yes, people all along the way, whatever flags or anything else they could find.